everyone, this is going to be another Taff's blog, and this is the last one before a home game this season now. The season is drawing to a close, obviously, and we're down to our last 3 games. We've got Cambridge now tomorrow at home. We then play Chesterfield on the Tuesday night away, and then it's the final game of the season. Then we take on Carlisle up there. Nice long trip to end the season with, of course. But it was our last away game last season as well, wasn't it, if you can remember? Remember being 1-0 up thinking we're safe from relegation. And then we got pegged back and lost 2-1. Thankfully Hartlepool lost at the same time, and it set up the fantastic finale that followed the week later. So now, home tomorrow, our final home game of the season. Thinking about the season as a whole, it has been a massive, giant leap forward. Now, I mentioned in previous blogs how the team doing so well at the beginning set the bar so high that the expectations lifted above what we all believed would be a great season. And I said at the beginning of the season, mid-table mediocrity and a cup run would be a great season, in my opinion. Now, because we did so well, we were perceived in the beginning as one of the better teams and potentially better teams of the division. So what followed them was a promotion push. So everyone thought we were going to get promoted, or we were going to be there or thereabouts. As it turned out, we're not there or thereabouts at the end, so it's ended disappointingly because the form towards the end of the season has been particularly poor. So the mood isn't as good as it should be right now. But think about it though. 2 seasons in a row we finished 22nd, and now we could finish as high as 11th, 10th. I think we could even get to as high as 9th. I'll have to double check the table. But either way, there's no way that we're going to finish low enough for us to look back and look at this season as a disappointment. So if anything, this has been a great season when you look at it as a whole in comparison to previous years. I mean, you look at businesses. I mean, I'm an external salesman, and I get targets based on the previous year. So I can't see any reason why with football it can't be the same. I mean, our target should be at least 2 or 3 places above where we finished last year. So 22nd is where we finished. So between 18th to 20th is a target season for us to progress, grow, should we say. And if we're going to be finishing in, say, what are we doing, 13th? If we finish in that position, that's got to be seen as a major growth season. I mean, if we'd pushed ourselves that far in business, then, me personally, I'd be getting one hell of a big bonus. That would pay for my next 3 holidays for 3 years in a row. That bonus would. So, you know what I mean? I mean, if you look at it, it doesn't really matter if we've had such a poor end to the season. The fact is, we had such a great start of the season. It set us up so relegation wasn't even on the horizon. I mean, if we'd have had poorer form at the beginning of the season, then relegation and worries may have crept in. The fact is, the team raised the bar, so we didn't ever really have to look down too far. I mean, we were in the top half for, 2/3 of the season. So relegation was something that never crossed anybody's mind, at least until we'd played about 5 or 6 games. After about 5 or 6 games, no one considered relegation as even as a possibility, because we were perceived as one of the better teams in the division. And the cup run, though, bring it on to the cup run. I mean, oh my God. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. The entire city got involved in the cup run. The entire city got involved. Well, not the entire city, but a big, massive part of the city got involved in the Great Escape. So Newport is starting to get sort of in touch with Newport County, the team that's actually representing them. Because teams hundreds of miles away don't represent who you are and where you're from. Newport County represent who you are and where you're from, if you're from Newport. So I've said that hundreds of times. It must literally be hundreds of times I've said that exact phrase. Newport County represents who I am and where I'm from, which is why I absolutely love the club to pieces. So, going back onto the season, and people say, here's a football phrase, you're as good as your last game, and we beat top of the league, well, who will be champions. They could have been champions if they got a point with us, and we spoilt that party for a little while. I mean, they'll get to do it at home, so I suppose in a way they'll prefer it that way. But it's football. We're competitive. Winning is bred within anybody involved in football, and you want to win every game. I'm not being funny, but if we had like completely nothing to play for and we could prevent a team from going up, I'd want to win. Not because I want to prevent someone from going up or I want to make someone go down, like we could have done against Barnet. I want to win because I want to see my team win every single game they play. In reality, that's never going to happen. But I think the fact that it doesn't happen as often as you'd like it to happen, even when you're a top team like Man City, they've still lost 2 Premier League games this season. They didn't want to lose those 2 games. So, as far as I'm concerned, if you're a Man City fan, you've lost more than you want to. As a Newport County fan, we've lost more than we'd want to. I think we've lost, I don't know, I think it's 15 matches this season, league matches. I think it's 12 or 15, I can't remember exactly. But you don't want to ever lose. You want to win every single game you play. So, for me, winning on Tuesday night in the way that we did it as well, because typically we've been sitting back whenever we're 1-0 up, or we think a point is worth protecting, we sit back, and that's when we get bummed, basically, because we sit back and invite it. When all season, if we'd have just carried on pushing forward, because we always look good when we're pushing forward, and the teams we're playing against are focusing so much on the defence that they can't get their attacking game exactly where they want it. When we sit back and invite the pressure, that's when we give them the opportunity to get their attacking game where they want it to be. And against Accrington, we went 1-0 up, and we thought, oh, here we go, we'll probably sit back and end up losing 2-1 now. No, we pushed forward and got the second goal, and we kept pushing forward throughout the game, and guess what? Their attack was ineffective. They got close a couple of times. Joe Day made a good save, they missed a sitter or two, but that happens in football. We missed chances as well. We could have put 4 on them, but we didn't. They could have put some on us, but they didn't. End of the day, the game finished 2-1, and it was reflective fairly of how the game went, basically. So, fantastic performance, and the big difference, and I forgot to mention him in my last blog, was Josh Sheehan. Did I forget to mention him? I don't know. Doesn't matter. But I want to mention him again anyway, because he made such a difference in that midfield. Every time the ball got to his feet, they shat themselves. And we actually felt, oh, something could happen here, because he had the ball at his feet. The guy, he just oozes with confidence. Every time he gets the ball at his feet, you're confident something's going to happen. Which is why, for the life of me, if he's been fit all this time, why has he not been playing more? So you don't see what goes on in training, so you can't really question it. But it is something I'd like to see someone who's paid to ask these questions, like a journalist, someone from the Argus or Rob Phillips from BBC. Why hasn't Josh Sheehan played more if he's capable of doing such great things with the football? I'd love to see what the answer to that would be. But it might not get asked, and we might never know. But I think next season is gearing up to be another good one. We're keeping our better players. I mean, Labardi apparently is going to be signing a contract. It's not done and dusted, but he's going to stick with the club through his injury. The club's going to stick by him through his injury. I hope that's exactly how it's going to happen anyway. But we've got Butler back for next season. We've got Scott Bennett back for next season. O'Brien and Dimitri already signed up. Joe Day's already signed up. We've already got Armand. We've already got... Who else have we already got? We've already got Dolan. We've already got... I can't think who else we've got. Pipe. We've already got. Obviously Butler and Bennett fall into that. And we've already got Josh Sheehan for next season as well. So we've got the makings of a very good squad already. Whoever goes and whoever comes in, we need that 20 goal a season striker. We need that workhorse in midfield. Get that, and we're set. Maybe a winger, maybe a winger or two, or maybe we should be playing with wingers. Maybe we'll see how Flinny thinks of it. I got my own idea of a great formation and tactics for a good football team, but I'm not the one who gets paid to do it. I don't get paid to do anything football related. All I do is do these vlogs, put up a few other videos along with the other creators who are involved in this YouTube thing. It's not just me, by the way. There's a lot of other people in the scenes who do a lot of the other videos for us as well. So when people refer to this as Taff's channel, it's not my channel, it's our channel, the Amber Army group. So there's that. But there we go. Last home game of the season, and as I'm saying, this club have done an awful lot this season, or in the last 12 months, this club has done an awful lot to make this city proud. I really and sincerely hope that the people of Newport come and show their thanks in numbers at that last game. And the thing is, it'll give us a nice little financial boost, because with that reported 350k loss, it would really do us some favours if we could make a nice little chunk of money in the last game. Anyway, thanks all for watching, guys, and for those of you going tomorrow, I shall see you there, and make sure you come and buy a half-time draw ticket, and make sure you stop at the half-time to watch as myself, Leanne, and fellow Amber Army member Tom Tremaine, we'll be handing over Kieran Sanji's flag, signed by the squad, handing that over to Matthew and Selena, his parents, with his sisters there as well. So that's going to be really nice, that is. I hope plenty of you can stop at half time to see that. Anyway, thanks again, guys, and see you tomorrow. And as always, up the county.